How to deal with an accident. There must be an accident response force which will deal with an accident. The accident response force, they may have all the necessary equipment in order to deal with an accident. The necessary equipment includes a bulldozer, a crane, and ropes and chains that may be used in lifting uh, the vehicle that has suffered an accident. The second point that needs to be taken into consideration is that a public address system should be present. Public address system should be present at the site, and it may be the responsibility of the ARF to bring the public address system to the accident site and communicate and convey to the public the happenings at the accident site. Otherwise, there are a lot of people, thousands of them, that gather at the accident site, and there's no coordination in what is going on over there. And if the passengers are stranded in a very brutal manner, then you cannot help them. For example, I have seen a case in which a passenger was under a tipper. His head was under the metal, and his arms were also under the metal, but we were unable to pull him out for 45 minutes due to lack of coordination and due to lack of machinery. So we need machinery which will be provided by the ARF. We also need coordination which will be provided by the public address system. The third point that needs to be taken into consideration while rescuing victims of an accident is that you must stay at least 10 meters away from the you must stay at least 10 meters away from the site of the accident, so that the people who are trying to help the victims, they may not feel any obstruction in helping the victims. Mostly healthy people with a very strong heart must do the job of rescue. We must not obstruct, we must not create a crowd so that they are obstructed. The fourth point that needs to be taken into consideration is that we must clear the road. We must clear the road for the traffic, because when we pull out the victims, if we are successful in pulling out the victims, then there may be a problem of traffic jam. And if some of the people clear the road, keep the road clear, then at the time of taking the victims to the hospital, the road will be clear, and the ambulance will not face any obstruction. The fifth point that needs to be taken into consideration while rescuing an accident victims is that you should bring ropes and chains at the site. If it is possible for you, you may bring such things with you. And this is the fifth point. You may bring chains and ropes which may be useful in dealing with the accident site. And the sixth point that needs to be taken into consideration is that you must there must be a well-trained force who have training in lifting vehicles without injuring the stranded passengers. There are many cases where passengers are stranded, and you must be trained well enough. A bulldozer operator must be trained well enough so that he may lift the vehicle, and the stranded passengers may not get crushed to death. So their proper training is required for dealing with accident victims. These people may be part of the accident response force, that is the ARF. This ARF may be uh, part of the police station. They may be part of the police, and they uh, should be available on a fixed dialing number. There must be a dedicated number in order to call the ARF in case of an accident. The ARF may also the ARF may also convey the accident victim to the hospital, nearest hospital, so that uh, there's no lack of ownership at the hospital, which may create problems. We must not, and the last point is that we must not create chaos and confusion, and we must not make too much noise at the place of accident. This is how we should deal with an accident.